This better be good. Oh. Okay. Well, it's not on the cheap side. Like, it's fine. We can treat ourselves every now and again.
This happens.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. Today I am going back to my favourite thing that I love to do, which is testing foundations. Now, you might have seen on my channel like 80% of my videos are testing foundation videos. I just like it. I feel like testing a foundation is the most fun thing. I like to see whether the foundation that you're trying actually does what it says it's supposed to do, whether it lasts as long as it says it's supposed to do, and especially when it comes to it being a foundation and a concealer that have been launched together, that are supposed to work together. I like to see if they work together, and today the foundation that we're testing is, well, it's not on the cheap side, and I've never done a higher end testing foundation video, so I thought, why not try it today? We're going to be testing out the Dior Forever Skin Glow Foundation and the Forever Skin Correct Concealer. Now, these pretty things weren't cheap. It came to over 50 quid. No, it came over 60 quid. There was an offer on, to be fair, so like it wasn't that bad, but still. I hope it's good because I spent a lot of money on this. This better be good. Oh, it sounds good, so it should be good, right? Right? It's fine, we can treat ourselves every now and again. If you are new here, hello, welcome to my channel. I would love it if you stayed and subscribed. We have fun over here, so you can just sit down with a brew, chill out, watch some videos, have a good time. Let's get started, shall we? I spent just over £57 on these, so I have high hopes. You would have seen already I've done a video where I tested the Revolution Concealer and Hydrate Foundation and Concealer when they launched. This is basically, I would say, it's kind of like a higher end version of that because these both claim to be a hydrating kind of radiant finish formula. I will say though, even though these are really spenny, like, I have tried the original Dior Forever foundation. I actually have that in 2 shades. That might tell you how much I like that foundation. It is stunning. I will say, if you're gonna get a higher end foundation, the Dior Forever foundation original one is amazing. Hopefully this will be just as nice. I just can't believe I spent nearly 60 quid on a foundation and a concealer during a pandemic. This is what happens when you get put into a lockdown and you have access to internet shopping.
This happens.
I'm doing this for everyone who has bought something way too expensive when they've been on furlough. Let's get into it. I've had a little peruse on the Dior website to find out everything about this foundation and this concealer. We're going to start off with the foundation first because this is like the big deal. According to the Dior website, this is a 24-hour wear Radiant Perfection Skin Caring Foundation. Okay, I mean, it just sounds so like bougie, doesn't it? Skin caring foundation, radiant perfection, 24-hour wear. There's a part of me that's tempted to do a 24-hour test on this. If that sounds good, please let me know in the comments and I will probably do it. It says that this is apparently supposed to give me a flawless and even complexion. I'm down. It's a radiant finish. Well, it's a glow foundation, so like it's not gonna be matte, and it's supposed to help tighten pores. That's the one that I'm interested in because these pores are like craters, you know what I mean? So anything that will tighten them, I'm down for. And then it says, improves beauty of the skin with a skincare enriched formula. Saying that there's skincare in this. I feel like recently every single brand has been coming out with a foundation that's got a lot of skincare in it. I don't know if that is a new thing or it's just everyone's deciding to do it in one go. I don't know, but I'm not mad at it. Especially if this costs £37. It better have something fancy in it. Skincare that they've got in it is pansy extract. Fancy. That is supposed to be a hydration booster that helps protect the skin from drying. And then they have rose hip extract. Ooh, Ooh, I actually use rosehip oil every single day on my face because someone told me that it was really good for your skin. The rosehip extract is their star ingredient, so that is the main ingredient in the entire Forever range is rosehip, and it helps protect the quality of the skin and reduce the appearance of dilated pores. So that's what rosehip is for. I knew I was using it for something. They're saying that your pores will appear tightened and your skin texture refined over time. So the more that you use this, apparently your skin is going to get better the more you use it. Okay, I'm down. And then it also has beautifying pigments that adjust to your skin tone. 34 shades and it is £37. It's a lot, but I'm glad that they do have quite an extensive shade range. And when you look online, the amount of undertones that they've got neutral, warm peach, olive, cool rosy. There's so many different undertones that you can have of it, so I think they've got a wide variety to suit everyone. I decided to get mine in 0.5 neutral. Neutral foundation just suits my skin better. I do feel like I am pretty neutral, even though like this is quite pink. In general, it just balances me out better to have a neutral foundation. I do have the matte version of this in 1N. I think it does oxidize a little bit because when I put 1N on throughout the day I can see it getting a little bit darker. I'm gonna give 0.5 a try and see what we think, but first of all we need to prime, because I'm going to keep on going on about my pores, but my pores need as much help as possible. So I'm going to go in with my old trusty faithful Benefit Porefessional Hydrate. I feel like I bang on about this in almost every single video, but it is genuinely the best primer that I have ever tried. And I'm not even being dramatic, like yeah, I know I work for Benefit, but like I don't wear it if I don't like it. I will just show you what my skin looks like at the minute. So you can see I have a lot of redness at the minute and blemishes. It's all on this part of my face because I have to wear a face mask like everywhere, so that is why the skin is going through it. I'm hoping that the more we're wearing these masks, like our skin will eventually get used to it. I'm trying to avoid when I go to work and when I go out and about, like I'm not really putting any makeup on, or I'm just not wearing makeup at all, depending on what I'm doing. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with. So I'm going to do one half first, see what we think of it. I was going to do it one half with a brush and one half with a sponge, but to be honest with you, recently I've only really been using the brush. I haven't used a sponge since like last year. I prefer using a brush, so apologies if you want to see what it looks like with the sponge. I'm pretty sure there's 1,000 people on here who have tested this foundation and you can see it with the sponge. I'm not entirely sure how much to use of this. I know that the matte one is quite full coverage, but whether this one, because it's more radiant, doesn't have as much coverage, I don't know. I've got a pump on my brush and we're just going to dot it around. It does have a nice smell to it, but it's not one of those like overly fragranced foundations. It just smells like a rich foundation, and I think because it's got skincare in it as well, that's probably what the smell is going to be. I should probably say as well, for people that have never watched my videos before, I do have combination skin, but I have noticed recently, especially since lockdown and everything, my skin was getting so dry, which is why I've kind of stayed away from like matte foundations. Probably why I spent so much money buying this one, because I like the matte one but I'm just not wanting to wear it. So this is the side without foundation versus the side with. Has definitely covered my blemishes and things, but it's definitely not a full coverage, as you can still see my skin showing through it. I'm probably just going to put a little bit more on this side just to see how it builds. It does look really nice. You know when you buy something expensive and you don't want it to be amazing, because then you know you're going to have to rebuy it. £37 is a lot of money for a foundation. I know it's Dior, but okay, so I built it up a little bit more. It is very glowy. Like, they weren't wrong when they said skin glow, because look at that. I would say if you are more of an oily combination oily, you'll definitely need a powder. There's no way that this will stay on all day. I don't know how they can say that glowy radiant finish foundation is going to be 24-hour. I don't really know how that works, but overall it does look really nice. I see what they mean as well by it being a radiant finish. It still looks like your own skin. It doesn't look, or it doesn't feel like you're covered in makeup, which, especially with how hot it's been recently, I've kind of gone off that feeling of having makeup on. You just want to have the coverage but not feel like you've got the coverage on, if you know what I mean. I'm going to quickly do the other side and then we will have a look at the concealer. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like now it's on all over. It's definitely got that dewy radiant glow to it, so it's living up to its name. I wouldn't say that it's reduced the appearance of my pores any more than any foundation I've ever tried as put on. Whether it looks different when you put it on without a primer, I don't know. I might have to give that a little try, but I don't know with this foundation if you're gonna have immediate results with that or whether it's something that will be an over time type thing. In general, I do really like the look of this foundation. I don't have any major issues with the foundation, so that's good. Now that we have the foundation on all over, it's time to delve into the concealer. This is the Forever Skin Correct concealer. I've got this in the matching shade, which is 0.5 neutral, because I feel like I've talked about this before. I don't like a really bright under eye. I think on me it just does not look good. On other people it looks amazing, but every time I try it, it just does not look good. It looks a mess. I always tend to buy my foundation and concealer in the exact same shade because I have found normally, even though it says it's the same shade, it's always a little bit lighter anyway. It's just a rule of thumb that I like to do. I just buy everything in the same shade. Makes my life so much easier. We're going to give this a little try. I have looked on the website as well to see what it says about this. So in the concealer it comes in 30 shades instead of 34 shades, so there's 4 less shades in this than the foundation, but with concealer there's a bit more flavouring with shades. And this is £25 for 11ml of product, and then the foundation is standard 30ml. It says it's moisturising, it's got that pansy extract in, which is the same as the foundation. Again, it's got concentrated skincare which helps to smooth and moisturise, refines appearance, and the quality of the complexion progressively improves. And it also says it doesn't settle in your lines, which, you know, for a concealer, that's what we want. It's got a big doe foot on it, and I do like it's a chunky bottle as well, which I'm kind of into. I am going to put this under my eyes. I don't know if you can tell, but I've tried to not put as much foundation underneath my eyes or blend it up towards my eyes, just because there's a makeup artist on Instagram who constantly goes on about leaving space where your concealer will go, just so then it's not too cakey underneath your eyes, which to be honest makes sense, and I don't know why I'd never thought of it before. I will link her Instagram below if I can remember who it is. I'm going to put this on underneath my eyes and where I normally conceal, but I'm also going to try and spot conceal a few of these extra blemishes and see what happens. Can you see what I mean? It's the exact same shade as the foundation, but it's lighter. I always blend my concealer in with a brush. This is the Morphe JS3 brush. So you can see this side has no under eye concealer on, this side has. It says it was a full coverage, but I don't really think that it was. It's covered everything really well. I don't know if there is anything in it that does actually brighten, because it does look a bit brighter underneath the eyes, but it's not too much where I'm like, oh my god, I don't like it. It's enough brightness for me to handle. I'm not sure if I'll have time to do end of the day check-in, so what I'm gonna do is probably just give you like my first impression thought, the foundation and the concealer, and then I'll write in the description box when I put this video up what I thought of it, because I'll wear it for another few days and let you know. What do we all think? I really like it. It's definitely glowy, which I'm not mad about, and it does have a decent coverage. It's easy to blend in. The concealer and the foundation work together really well, which is something that I'm always interested in. when they bring out products from the same range, you'd expect them to work the best together, and so far these ones do, which is nice. I'm probably just gonna put a little bit of powder just in like my T-zone and stuff. Just gonna get a little bit of powder and just take some of the shine away, because there's a very fine line between being glowy and being honey look oily. Also, I kind of want to give this a good chance of staying on, even though it does say 24 hours. I'm very skeptical into believing that something is a 24-hour wear, because like, in all honesty, who actually needs to wear foundation for 24 hours? I'm yet to find anyone that has to wear foundation for 24 hours. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a 12-hour wear is enough. Now that I've powdered, I'm a lot happy with that. It was just getting a little bit too shiny for my liking. Even though, yeah, I know it's a glowy foundation, it was just kind of, there was a bit of too much glow in places that I didn't want the glow. With that powder on, it's not really affected how it looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the rest of my base products, and then I will come back and tell you my final thoughts on the Dior foundation and concealer. Okay, so I'm back. I've finished the rest of my makeup and I had no issues with how everything sat on top of the foundation. My bronzer, blusher, highlighter blended in so well, so easily. I also put on the Dior Ultra Care Liquid Lip in 446 just to kind of tie in the bougie look today. Overall, I really like this foundation and concealer. Yes, it's expensive, but I do kind of think it's worth it. Obviously, I'll let you know in the description what I think after I've used it for a few days before I upload this video, but I really like these, and as much as I hate how expensive it is, I do feel like every now and again we should treat ourselves to something a little bit bougie, and if it's got skincare benefits in, then like, why not? That is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments and give it a thumbs up because I really appreciate it, and make sure that you're subscribed, and I will see you in my next video.